Hello, and welcome. This is not the deep sea. This is something better. This is going to be the most comprehensive champion of all tutorials for Welcome to Mafia Town, one of the most difficult levels in a Hat Time history. We're going to start by going over the route you should not do at all costs. There are multiple routes you need to avoid. Let's go through the first one. Route number 1. Idiot speedrunner IL runner. Do not start by going this way. Do not do a dive boost here. Please miss it like that. At least I'll feel better about your soul. Do not do dive boosts here. Do not switch to the brewing hat. Do not throw a brewer, and do not kill this guy. All of these things are mistakes. This is an example of what not to do. If you do any of these things, your run will be jeopardized. Not only is it the slowest possible thing, you look stupid. I mean, come on, you're skipping the opening cutscene here. Now, route number 2, you should definitely not do. Do not jump over here. Do not come up here and grab this yarn. Do not get a slingshot. It's a good thing I didn't. I would have lost a ton of time. Do not grab this yarn. Do not head over to the fight. And do not kill the Mafia guy. He fights back. Route number 3 of things you should not do. Do not head forward at the start. This cutscene right here, it's really fast. But it's too fast. It's so fast that the game will underflow and your time will screw up. Now if you're a game programmer and that didn't make sense, don't worry. It doesn't have to make sense to you. This is another route to avoid. You're too casual. You're so casual that you go slow enough that the game thinks you're fast. So what should you do? Well, this wouldn't be a very comprehensive guide if we didn't show you the real route. So after this very brief journey, this is what you should be doing to be Welcome to Mafia Town, effectively. Start by taking out your time stop hat. We're going to have to do a little ritual here. Now if you don't have your time stop hat because for whatever reason you're dumb and you're doing like an any percent run or something, well don't worry. All you have to do is collect 32 yarn and then come back here and you're all good. Once you get 32 yarn, head back here, and then you're going to want to get this badge, which requires some timepieces. Now, you know, usually that would be a problem, but you know what? We have the power of the dev console. I'm not going to demonstrate this, but you should know what to do. Check your local listings and maybe you can figure out how to get yourself a fast hatter badge today. And what you want to do is get out your time stop hat, get out your fast hatter, and you're going to use it and do the following. Now if you're confused, don't worry, it will all make sense. You need to smug dance. Smug dance to the end of the earth. What we're doing is we're manipulating the game entirely. We'll be doing this various times throughout this in order to maximize our potential. Hopefully you've been keeping track of how many times I've done it. It'll be important. If you do it one too many or one too few, the game will crash. Now wait. Your timer needs to hit 4 minutes and 55 seconds and 53 milliseconds before you can move. Yes, you have to do that duck right there. It's also important. Alright. Now the next phase. You cannot touch this cutscene here. You will die. Instead, do not take this speedrunner route. This is actually just a trick. If you come up here, you will also die. You want to act like you're taking Route 1 first off. And then obviously avoid Route 1, because Route 1 is stupid. Instead, we're going to head over here. Don't worry, nothing here is a mistake. Everything is for a reason. Now this is spot number 1. You need to do a smug dance time stop ritual. After the cooldown starts, well, after the cooldown finishes, put on your ice hat and use it. Now we're going to head to the next spot. Again, be very careful. You need to land in all of these specific spots. This is down to the sub-pixel here. If you mess this up, you will not get a successful IL. Now let me do this frame perfect alignment here. You need to face this way, do 2 umbrella swings, sprint jump to the left, sprint jump back, do 1 more, sprint jump upright, and you will land in the perfect spot. Do a regular smug dance and turn your camera around to about this angle. Duck to stop it. Just kidding, ducks do not stop it. If you fell for this trick, you're going to need to stop your run. Do a small sprint to stop it. Switch to your time stop and do another smug dance time stop ritual. Once the cooldown is finished, you may stop. We must head to the next location. Hit this Mafia 3 times, but not hitting him 4. Land on this ice pad, but do not use it. Get momentum here, or fail to. That is actually better. Bonking first will help you out. You'll see why. Use this ice platform, then use it again to go back, then use it one more time, and then go back once more. Now jump over it normally, and then use it one more time to go back. Attack this bird, and get that heart bomb. Now we're going to head over to the beach. We're going to touch this button, get off of it, touch this button, then touch this button, ice hat onto this button. Act like we're brewing this button. This is pretty hard to line up, don't worry. There we go. Touch this button again, jump on this button, go back, forth, time stop. Bam. What a god. But obviously this isn't how you're supposed to do it, and if you open this now, the dev chest will destroy you. But luckily the dev chest isn't here. This is actually the brother of the dev chest, so it will also destroy you. So instead we have to act like we did this puzzle legally. Go down the stairs, and then find a beach ball. Now beach balls, they can be pretty fun, but sometimes they're not. Check your patch to see if you have fun beach balls. We do have fun beach balls on this patch. If I didn't mention it, current patch is obviously the most optimal patch to run. If you're running 1.0, you will not be able to do all of the tricks in this run, and so I recommend you switch. Place the beach ball down, praise the beach ball, smug dance the beach ball, switch to time stop hat, and do a time stop smug dance, then pick up the ball. Continue smug dancing while somehow holding the beach ball. We do not question science. Science is perfect. Then admire it for a moment until your timer hits 10 minutes. At which point you will drop the beach ball. Do another time stop smug dance, then head over to the other button. The chest is now safe to open. Now we're going to head over to this yarn. This will be the first of 5 million yarn we have to grab. Make sure you grab them in the correct order as well. Do a small smug dance here. Drink your water. In case I didn't mention it, you do need water for this run. It is also important for RNG manipulation purposes. Because as you can hear that ocean in the background, it actually responds to you drinking water. In case you were aware. We're going to take some hook shots here. Look at that, we got the height. That's obviously a very cool height trick. By repeatedly going through the hook shots, the momentum gets screwed up and the game gets confused. Next we're going to go over to this chest here, which is the dev chest's sister. Now, we can't open it yet, because it's sleeping right now. It actually sleeps during the day. But we can actually prepare it to be opened. So attack it twice, and then walk away to let it sleep. Now we're going to head down to the dock. We're going to taunt this yarn. Smug dance it. Go to the other side. Smug dance it. Then go to this side. And we're going to do a time stop. Smug dance. Continue smug dancing until 12:20 on the clock. At which point you grab the yarn. Next we're going to head down a bit. And we're going to act like we're going to save this guy. Do not finish them off. Instead, run away like a baby. If instead you ran away heroically, then please restart your run. Use the scythe platform. Use it again. Then use it one more time. At which point, switch to your sprint hat and jump back to the ice platform to use it again. And then use it back. Now head back here and make fun of the guy for getting beat up.
Take this and this.
Switch to time stop, do a time stop ritual. Wait till 13:30, and then we're going to grab some buckets.
Bow to Mafia.
Place these two on top of each other, and then we're going to throw them up here.
Mafia just helped you build character.
If you're having trouble, don't worry, it just takes time. Do not jump. Jumping is bad. If you jump at all during this part, your run will be invalidated by virtue of you jumped. You're dumb. If you think your tendencies to jump will be very hard to quench, then try switching to this hat. It helps, I guarantee it.
Take this and this. Bow to Mafia. Feel the pain? Good. Mafia just helped you
If you're getting deja vu, then don't worry, you're not alone. Now we're just going to head over to the black market for no reason. Act like you're innocent, then accidentally land in this bucket. Continue disco flying until 16 minutes on the clock. Do not do any inputs on your controller. You are allowed to sip your water during this time. When the clock reaches 16 minutes, you must throw the buckets at whatever position you are at. This is a good position. We got good RNG. Now leave the buckets here. Hopefully they won't die. I hear there's evil mafia in the night, but hope they'll survive. You are still not allowed to jump, don't worry. Run away from these crows as if you're scared. Once again, if you show confidence, you are required to reset. Build some character by attacking this mafia and then getting attacked by the other one. Then run away, because you've built enough character. Now to escape this area, you need to land on this chair. And then dive. Now we've successfully escaped this area. Head over to the barrel battle place, and then read this text. Then say hi to the sleeping mafia and do a smug dance. Stop. And then do a smug dance ritual. Head over here, do a smug dance. Stop. Smug dance ritual. Wait until 18 minutes on the clock. After 18 minutes, things get more complicated. I need you to follow all of these movements specifically. If you mess any of these up, your run will be killed. This is a very elaborate setup here, so I can get a frame perfect trick. Look at that. We got it. Alright, so now this chest here, this is Deb Chest's father. It likes to overlook from the clock tower, but usually it's just kind of dumb and it's facing the wrong way, so it really only views this hookshot. So here we have to imitate the smug dance for this chest. Now it's pretty hard to smug dance on a hook shot, so try as hard as you can. And then land here. If you can't see the chest, then we have a problem. Head back to the chest and check its perception. It appears it cannot see you, but there is a spot where it can. Perform a smug dance to respect the chest. Stop. Ritual. Then immediately switch to the ice hat and use it. Here's the next yarn. In order to grab it, you must do a very specific set of crawl movements. Look at that, we got it. Head back. Then go back again. Then for good measure, go one more time. Your clock will be at 21:13. That means you're on pace to reach phase 9. Now we're going to head to the end of She Came from Outer Space. Act like you're going to take this route, but then go back, because that's too swag. And instead, we're going to do an awesome umbrella attack strat. Make sure you have a lot of anger for this one. I hear it helps. And then you want to get to this spot, and then land right here. Now we're going to do some complicated strats. You're going to want the no bonk badge for this. If you don't have this badge, then again we have a problem, and you're going to have to contact your doctor about that. You want to get on this little spot here. Don't worry, all of these quote-unquote fails are not fails. They are indeed practice attempts as well as demonstrations. I'm being unoptimal just for you, the viewer. You want to get up here, land on this little thing. Now, a logical person would think, oh, we need to head to the next platform. But logical people are wrong. Instead, perform a ritual. And continue smug dancing until 24 minutes on the clock. Spam hats to look cool. But make sure you land on the ice hat last. Use the ice hat at 24 minutes. And then sit here waiting. Release the ice hat at 24:10. Now sprint jump across, because you're actually not stupid and you know how to jump. And then sprint jump across again. Grab this token by doing a dive. Obviously from a crawl, because that's the most effective method. Alright, as you can see, I'm demonstrating some more important movements. Please follow everything I do. Perform a smug dance here. Center yourself. Use camera snap. Ritual. Wait until 26 minutes on the clock to stop smug dancing. Switch to the sprint hat, and then at 26 minutes we're going to head over to this tower. Do 5 laps around this tower. It's okay to fall off, but do not fall all the way off. After doing 5 laps, wait, and then at 26:30, do 3 laps going the other way. You can turn your camera to align yourself. Yes, that ledge grab was necessary. Cool. Now check every side of this roof just to make sure nothing has changed. Sometimes there's an evil version of current patch which can mess you up here by being actually walkable, and that would be stupid. Now swag on all your neighbors. And make sure you hit the pole on that one. Now we're going to use this ice platform. Head down here and use this one. Use the ice hat here. Swag down. And then use this one. Loop around here. Use this one. Go back. Then we're going to do an ice hat slingshot to try and land on this ice path. Use this one. Use it back. Make sure you switch hats there. Go one more time. And then head to the dock. At which point you're going to use this ice platform. And then loop around. Head back to the platform you ignored before and use that one. Then drop down to right here. Act like there's a snatcher coin here which you can grab and look cool. And then use this ice platform. Then this one. Brewer this. Ignore the ponds. Now use the cannon. After using the cannon, you will feel a slight sense of satisfaction, at which you must experience again. Ignore this pond if you can. Now enter the cannon one last time, but before you do, make sure you have the camera badge equipped. At this point, turn on the camera badge. You'll be completely enveloped by the water. And this is the camera phase of Welcome to Mafia Town. If you do not have the camera, because once again you're an idiot doing any percent, well then lucky for you, you can waste time grabbing it. However, I do indeed recommend not doing any percent because that is the poor man's category. Sip your water, and then we're going to change our filters here. Cycle through them once. And then we're going to head back here to the nanny filter. Pronunciation is also key. If you mess this up, then there will be a problem. Find Hat Kid among the many water particles. And then make sure she disappears like this. This is ideal. You're going to want to change your depth of field to the maximum value allowed. And then take a picture. Then take another one for good measure. Turn off camera mode, turn it back on. This is the exact angle you want. Go to the minimum depth of field, then turn it off, turn it back on, go to the maximum depth of field. Turn it off, turn it back on, and then go back to the minimum. Go back to 0, turn it to 500. After going to 2500, almost forgot an important step there. Set it to 500 and go forward. Right here. You can see this alignment at the bottom of my screen with the water. I'll try and get it again here, since I had to stop for demonstration purposes. This is the exact alignment you want. I'll get it one more time. Right here. Switch filters to the A Hat in Time Movie by Some Girl filter. Take a picture, then switch filters to cold. Turn your camera around. And once again, take a picture. Turn off the camera. Before landing, take it back off and replace it with the scooter badge. Now listen to this bop of music and continue traveling like a boss. Make sure you're doing a snake pattern, it's very important here. We're going to do a few loops here. Ideally, you want a point where you don't have to turn anything and you can keep it stable. Here we go. We gotta do some loops. Make sure you activate that challenge, but do not grab any pots. Except for this one. Grab this ticket. And now we have to do a very important check on those buckets from earlier. As always, make sure you're following this exact route. Every move is indeed optimized and has been tested 5,000 times. It looks like our buckets are doing just fine. Terrorize them for a moment. And then make this one angry. Now look swag. Just kidding, looking swag is stupid. Look swag here. Just kidding, looking swag is stupid. Now look swag here. Honk 2 times, turn off your scooter, then honk 3 times. And then do another loop. But first, stop and talk to Mr. Tourist.
Big. The attractions are pretty cool, but I'll tell you, kid, nothing beats going to the moon.
Then get confused because somehow the tourist is also here. Talk to him
This town
again.
is so big. The attractions are pretty cool, but I'll tell you, kid, nothing beats going to the moon.
Ice hat. And head to where the camera would have originally been if you were an any percent runner doing a fake category. Do a smug dance, wait until 38 minutes, and then we're going to do a ritual. Continue doing this ritual until 40 minutes. Now I'm aware this is a long ritual time, so you are indeed allowed to turn the camera if you feel it is necessary to prevent yourself from dying in eternal boredom. It is recommended to switch to KBM for this part, simply because the camera modes are indeed much better suited to Disco Party. And because you can watch your reflection like this. In which that's actually not a reflection, that's a shadow. If you fell for that, happy April Fools. I'd just like to shout out the fact that this is indeed the Welcome to Mafia Town comprehensive guide. If you are just tuning in for whatever reason and you somehow didn't watch the rest of the video, then you must go back because there are 3 routes you must avoid. And all of the movement to get here was very important. If you just watch this part, then we have a problem. Once we hit 40 minutes, we're going to head on this tightrope. Swap back to controller. And prepare for liftoff. Brewer clip is very important. Make sure you do it to look cool. And then here we go again. land on this mafia once, and make sure you get over that other mafia. Talk to this guy.
Child can't enter cave. Boss orders.
Talk to
No
him
one
again,
allowed into cave.
and leave. Head over to the second spot the camera badge would have been, and then do a ritual. We don't respect this spot because it's not canonical in this Welcome to Mafia Town run. So instead, we will not give it the true potential time of ritualness. Take this hookshot here, but make sure you fall off halfway and take it again. Use this ice platform. Look cool. Then we're actually going to head back and grab that beach ball from before. Now attempt to play catch with the Mafia. For whatever reason, they're not very good at it. Now run away. Ideally with the beach ball. Now switch to your ice hat again and get ready for Cole. If you don't feel successfully cool enough, then you probably did it wrong. Now we need the second to really maximize our ice hat powers. This is what we want. All of that to make this jump. It was critical. It was critical to this run. Kill this crow. Ignore the middle crow. Kill this crow. And make sure your game lags. Take off the scooter badge and replace it with the laser badge. And attack the statue. Then do a statue slide. Then go back because you're not a baby and you want to do a real statue slide. Grab this yarn. And then right here we need to press F to pay respects to all of the victims that failed Torch Doom. And in order to truly pay respects, smug dance, and then do a ritual. I'm actually going to be doing multiple rituals here in various spots. First, where our victims died. Second, where their attacker killed them. Third, where they were violently assaulted by a wall. Take off your no bonk badge, replace it with the magnet, and then attempt to emulate what happened. Make sure you feel the pain. And then do a ritual here. Respect their recovery by heading up the stairs. And then attempt a DSJ. Make sure you fail. And then bonk there. Get this umbrella, and then we have to head back over here. Make sure you fall. Look cool here. And then enter the cannon once more. Sip your water during this time. Now we're gonna head over to this chest, which is Dev Chest's mother. Now, we like Dev Chest's mother. Yeah, mutter. Sometimes you have to call it mutter, but you know, it just depends on your accent and where you're from. Open the chest, regardless of how you say mutter or mother. And listen to this guy sleep. Smug dance. Ritual. Next, we need to prepare to have a small debate. And the best way to do this is to head back to the start of the level. Now, in the Victor's Corner, having slayed the Mafia is Captain of the Sea and the Ribbon. It is the top tier, undefeatable, best, unarguable, not subjective. It is the best combination. If you disagree with this fact, then you have not played the game correctly. Now, to the most disrespectful of them all. Make sure you pay homage correctly to the disrespectful. Now we're gonna do a disrespectful ritual. Now make sure you keep on the mirror badge. This is important, once again. Now we're actually gonna turn on the nostalgia badge here to help our eyesight while looking at this horror. Use the size platform. And make sure you don't grab this yarn. This yarn is evil. At least for now. And then take this ice platform. And then take this one. And then one more time. Hopefully you've been counting the dive boosts I've been doing. There will be a quiz at the end of this. How many dive boosts did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or more than 10. If you chose 0, you're correct. Because actually, a dive boost is subjective in the context of the action. What I performed is simply called a dive blue spark. It's a dive blue spark. It might as well be called a drift. This is drifting. Look at this. Look at this. High-speed drift. Alright, once again. Now we have another one. Attack these 2 crows. Now this chest... Well, I can't really tell you how this chest is related to Dev Chest. They just kind of ended up at all the family parties, and now it's just kind of here. Now this chest can be very evil. It's friendly if you're over here, but it can be very mean if you're in the wrong spot over here. Now it sure would be inconvenient if we got in the wrong spot. If you begin losing hope for your life and are afraid of being claustrophobic in this small space, don't worry. Just wait until 1 hour and then we'll have a solution. Now we're going to have to begin reminiscing about our lives. Don't do this out loud, someone might hear you. But make sure your life is flashing. Now put on your good luck charms. If you aren't sure what your good luck charms are, then clearly you were not paying attention when I said this is the best costume set. If you still aren't having any luck, well, you're gonna have to bite the bullet and spawn in Bokid. Unless, of course, she were to get stuck too. But that's fine. Just face the other way and spawn in Bokid. Bam. Bokid can save you. But not yet. Because now this is her time to shine. Here we go. Here we go. We're saving Hackett. Look at that. Hackett is saved. Now don't respawn Hackett yet. That would be very pointless. Grab this yarn. Crawl out, and then spawn in Hackett. Bam. And now they're both together. Living in happy harmony. At least, they were. Because this is the next phase. This is the versus mode phase of the Welcome to Mafia Town IO. You're gonna have to pay attention to all the times I attack the other player, because these points are critical. Now we're gonna take Bokid away from this torture, even though she's the victor here. We're gonna head up here. Now Hackett here is actually going to surprise Bokid and launch an attack. Just ignore the fact that they can both see each other. That's irrelevant. It's a surprise attack. But now, you gotta look swag. There's only one way to look swag. And you know what that is. Now if you're wondering how in the world I'm going to do this with two controllers at the same time, that's a great question, which will hopefully be answered in a few moments. I think this was pretty successful. But for good measure, let's attempt it again. Because as I said before, none of these are mistakes, there's no errors, this is a perfect run. However, this perfect run may be a bit more demonstrational than the other perfect runs. And yes, there are different levels of perfect, just as there are different levels of infinity. We're going to attempt this again. Closer. That is closer to perfection infinity number 973. And by that, of course, I mean infinity, 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 to the infinity, infinite. Infinity War. Success. Halfway. Now Bokid has to catch up. But catching up is stupid, so we overcome Hackett and launch her into the river. Now you're going to notice Hackett is going to struggle here. This is intentional. She needs to feel the pains of society. Life isn't always easy. Take here, this set of little barrels. It sure would be convenient to just break them with this brewer. Oh wow, it is convenient, and I did break them with this brewer. But maybe I couldn't. Maybe this one was brewer resistant. Did you ever think about that? I bet you didn't. You were just thinking, oh, he's just gonna use a brewer on this, and then it's gonna work. But you're wrong. Because what if I do this? It still works. And you thought it wasn't going to work, huh? Because I worked that up to not work. Well, it's okay. I accept you. Now there's many roadblocks on this journey to Welcome to Mafia Town success. I mean, there's a reason I have to make a comprehensive guide here. I mean, there's just so much content to go over here. Now we're going to expand on our knowledge here of true cooperative play. By heading up to the Golden Vault area here. The Bokid is going to stand right here. Now we're going to move Hack in. Who needs to obviously take a different route to differentiate the two people? Or should I say aliens? Now we gotta attempt a trick here. Called You're an Idiot. The movie. If you aren't having success with this trick, I'm getting it every time. I mean, look at this. It's pretty easy, but if you're having trouble with this trick, you might try removing the co-op character from the equation and then doing an ice hat slingshot over here. Make sure you get a very weak one. Kill this guy, and then we're going to turn on the fast hatter badge to be fast while hatting. Now obviously this is a backup strat. But hold on. Hold on. If you reach this point in the video, then how dare you? How dare you not stop me from doing this? I specifically informed you at the beginning of this video that there will be no slingshots of any kind, of which will happen at this point. How dare you? You think you can disrespect this Welcome to Mafia Town comprehensive guide? Which I have spent meticulous hours and hours working on, perfecting the perfection. This is perfectionist perfection perfect. And it's so perfect that you don't even have to say perfect the perfect way in order to be perfect. Now you should be ashamed of yourself. And so just for you, ritual. Just kidding. We respect all here. Even disrespectful slingshotters who don't know how to follow a guide. And I'm sure by this point you've been wondering, what about the buckets from before? I say before because we've already been there before. So you have to prefer the prior time rather than the prior time. Make sure you kill that mafia. Now we're gonna head back over here to these buckets we tortured. And, well, we're gonna do something very stupid, which is give them free will. Now, buckets obviously don't deserve free will. At least, not all of them. If you find a crab bucket, which is actually disguised as DJ Grooves, then you should respect that bucket, because he'll call you a peck-neck. And, well, we're okay with that. In this world, there are peck-necks, and then there are non-peck-necks. And sometimes you just gotta deal with it. Now beware, the free will process is pretty scary. I will respect the fact that some of you may not survive this guide, and I'm willing to take that risk. Here we go. Now make sure you build up hyperspeed and then release it. Perfect angle. Now put on your camera badge and admire yourself. If you feel like you need a moment, it's okay. Just this once. Perfect picture. Picture perfect. Now continue flying. Hopefully you've been enjoying this majestic tutorial so far. We've gone over some pretty crazy topics here. But this is perhaps the most powerful of them all. When you're happy with your life, feel free to throw the bucket and give up your life. Here we go. Now if you're concerned for these buckets, it's okay. Because you're wrong. Now if you're concerned for your own safety, it's also okay. But again, you're wrong. Now this death, well, it's pretty important. Look at how much you've grown. You know what not to do in this level. But, well, you haven't grown enough, sorry. See this guy? He didn't hit you. What a failure. Now we gotta play a game of patty cake. Then we're gonna head over here and play another game of patty cake. Now, by this point, you've probably built a bit of character, as the Mafia say. But sadly, it's not enough character. Your name is only like 6 characters long, and if you are respectful enough to include the space, it's 7 characters long. play patty cake with yet another mafia. And then get depressed because you can't actually do the trick you'd like to do. Feel the pain of current patch. Oh, sorry, you weren't supposed to hear that. This is the patty cake depression sequence. Just kidding. Depression is weak. Because we're troopers. And we're swagging out here. If you'd like to up your game, feel free to equip the scooter. I hear it makes you look more swag. Now stop about here, and we're going to take yet another picture. Take a successful picture. And then let's jam. Once again, snake motions are good for success here. The world can try to end your fun, but just end the fun on the world right back. The ultimate battle. make sure you keep jamming out here till we get to here. Now it's okay to feel glued to the floor sometimes. But you just gotta remember to get back up. And get back flying. In all my time making an epic Welcome to Mafia Town comprehensive guide, I have never seen something so majestic. This is legendary right here. Oh my gosh, wow. I am without words. There's only like one thing that could make this better. No way! And it's inverted controls! I can't talk. Wow. This is the highest level of anything ever achieved. Oh my gosh. I don't know how these buttons are impressed, but you know, that's just part of making an epic guide. And I'm not sure if you can tell, this is a different announcer. This is announcer number 2. What is going on? No! No! We've ended our Perfection Infinity session here. But I'm gonna be honest, I was astonished by that fact. That any of that just happened. So this is actually segment number 8. I'm not sure if you've been counting. And if you aren't sure if the count is correct, well then, lucky for you, you shouldn't really care anyways. This is section 8 of 9. Which is investigation. Now, doing a perfect Welcome to Mafia Town IL, that requires a lot of investigation. To make it perfecter. Now, some of the best ways to do that, well, by having a little fun. So yeah, make your slow ascent. And then get ready to party. At least if you feel like partying. Here we go. Welcome to God Gamer mode. Oh, okay. Now we gotta build up some speed here. Now don't worry, this is not going to take 12 hours to build up speed. However, it is recommended to take some classes on speed building. Literal superhero right here. We're gonna have to build up some speed again. This is real. Wow. Can you land on this while retaining this? Or do you... Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, now look at that. Aw. Party pooper. Now if you're still here, don't worry. We just have to do this a few more times to maximize our power here. All for the good of mankind. And womankind. And humanity. And alien humanity. Here we go. No way. This just keeps getting dumber. Wow. That's actually great. Oh man. Normality is pretty lame. So now that you've enjoyed a moment of ascending to a higher power, you should appreciate society more. For not all things can be as awesome as the upside down flying scooter, which is the result of a patty cake glitch. We have to really pay respects to this guy. I mean, he gives us all these superpowers here. There's only a few ways to actually respect him. We gotta do another ritual. But this guy is worth it, so we're gonna do more. Make sure you put on your fast hatter after doing the first ritual. This is a very powerful ritual. And now, we must sacrifice ourselves. Just kidding. He spares our souls. Knowing he can always get more if he needs them anyways. That was intentional. Just remember, sometimes in life you're the bird, but sometimes you're the worm. I mean, you're the worm, stuff like this happens. Your life is pretty weird. It's okay. We accept you. No. No. And so, we enter phase 9. At least, we will enter phase 9. Congratulations if you've made it this far. You truly have earned my respect. Now, if you want to prove that you've actually made it here, please comment saying, let me think. Comment saying, praise the mighty Ice Hat Scooter. Actually, no. Comment saying, praise the Patty Cake Mafia. That's what we'll do. Praise the Patty Cake Mafia. Now for phase 9, obviously, it's going to be the most difficult phase of them all. Phase 8 was actually just a preparation for phase 9. Like I said, it was the testing period. And now that we've tested it, we're ready. We know exactly what to do here. Once again, you can have a sip of water during this moment. Now when you're facing completely downwards, switch hats. This is close enough. Now we want to gain height while also looking for reasonable areas to gain height. But we don't want to lose the pose, because that would jeopardize our entire life. So ideally here we're looking for stairs, and we're looking for good stairs, not the kind of stairs that ruin your current animation. So if you have to, just keep jumping away. This should work. When you feel like you've successfully built enough height to survive in this world, activate the scooter. And then get confused because you suddenly have 0 velocity. But it's okay. This is the final phase after all. We can't make things easy. Now descend to the ground. This is it. The moment you've been waiting for practically ever. How do we truly end this fight? Alright, this is the final boss of the game. The Mafia. He has 4 health, and he drops a timepiece upon killing him. Now we're going to need some very different tactics to kill this guy than those idiots did in the first round. Alright, now technique number 1, you're gonna get your laser here. And we're just going to pray that this hits. We failed. It's over. Just kidding. We hit it. That's hit 1. Alright, now we have to prepare for hit 2. We have to apply all of our knowledge from this session and put it together to make the ultimate 4 hits. Now, good old Father Dev Chest here was kind enough to give me some knowledge. So now, the second hit will require our good friend here, who's still kind of salty from before. So how do we deal the second hit? By the power of ice. Now do be warned, this is a very, very difficult tactic. We missed. Runs over. Once again. We missed again. Again, the run's over. Oh my gosh, we actually missed again. Now remember, all these misses are intentional. 1 is to build up suspense, and 2 is because perfection can't be any more perfect than this. And that's hit number 2. We've dealt some serious damage to this guy. Now we have to prepare our music by bugging it out here. And we're going for hit number 3. And we all know what hit number 3 is. The god herself, Hat Kid, is preparing for an onslaught here. Bam! In 1 strike, dealing 2 damage. Floating safely to the ground. We've done it. This has been the Welcome to Mafia Town comprehensive guide. Just kidding, we're not done. What'd you think? He was really the last foe? No. The last foe was that darn ice hat platform. There's only one way you can truly finish a level. That's right. Here we go. But no. This is how we end a level. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you here next time. Or welcome to Mafia Town, the sequel.